Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something that might change the way you look at your entire life. How many days have you spent worrying about a problem that never even happened? Think about that. How many nights did you lose sleep over a conversation that never took place? How many mornings did you wake up already stressed about something that was still hours, days, or weeks away? How many times did you let one little problem steal a whole day from you? And here is the part that should make you stop and think. You only get so many days. You don't get yesterday back. You don't get last Monday back. You don't get that birthday back. You don't get that morning back. So why are you giving away today to something that may never happen? Ladies and gentlemen, you have got to stop giving imaginary problems real power, because worry will sit down in your mind, put its feet on the table, and act like it owns the place. And if you let it, worry will convince you that you are in danger when you are actually safe, that you are failing when you are actually growing, that you are behind when you are actually right on time, and that your life is falling apart when your life is simply changing. Sometimes nothing is wrong with your life. You are just exhausted from thinking about everything at once. You are carrying tomorrow before tomorrow gets here. You are carrying other people's opinions. You are carrying old mistakes. You are carrying conversations from 5 years ago. You are carrying somebody else's expectations. You are carrying a future that has not happened. And then you wonder why your shoulders are tired. Well, of course they are tired. You have been carrying the weight of things you were never asked to carry. So today, I want you to understand something. You don't have to figure out your whole life today. You don't have to solve every problem today. You don't have to know exactly how everything is going to work out. You just have to handle what is in front of you. That's it. Hot today, hot this moment. Handle this breath, hot this opportunity. And let tomorrow come when tomorrow gets here. Because one of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to live tomorrow with today's strength. You don't have tomorrow's energy yet. You don't have tomorrow's wisdom yet. You don't have tomorrow's resources yet. You don't even have tomorrow's problems yet. So why are you worrying about them now? Listen to me. Life is hard enough when you deal with the problems that actually exist. Don't make it harder by creating problems in your imagination. Your mind is powerful, but if you don't direct it, it will start working against you. Your mind will replay the worst case scenario. Your mind will remind you of every time you failed. Your mind will compare your life to somebody else's highlight reel. Your mind will tell you that everybody is ahead of you. Your mind will tell you that you are too old, too young, too late, too broke, too inexperienced, too damaged, too far behind, and sometimes you have to look at your own mind and say, hold on, we're not doing that today. Today I am choosing peace. Today I am choosing gratitude. Today I am choosing to live, because happiness is not something that should only happen after you become successful. Happiness is not a reward reserved for people who finally reach the finish line. You have to learn how to be happy while you are still building. You have to learn how to smile while you are still struggling. You have to learn how to laugh while you are still figuring things out. You have to learn how to enjoy your life before everything becomes perfect. Because let me tell you something, everything is never going to be perfect. There will always be something. There will always be another bill, another responsibility, another challenge, another misunderstanding, another delay, another person who doesn't understand you, another goal to chase, another mountain to climb. So if you tell yourself, I'll be happy when everything gets right, you might spend your whole life waiting, and life is too precious to spend waiting for perfect conditions. Be happy now, not because everything is perfect. Be happy because you are alive. Be happy because you still have another chance. Be happy because you can still make a decision. Be happy because you woke up this morning. Be happy because you can still love, you can still learn, you can still grow, you can still change direction, you can still start again. Do you realize how powerful that is? Starting again is a blessing. A lot of people don't need a new life. They just need a new perspective. They need to stop looking at the closed door and start noticing the doors that are still open. They need to stop staring at what they lost and start paying attention to what they still have. Because sometimes the thing that makes you unhappy isn't what happened to you. It's what you keep telling yourself about what happened to you. You have got to change the conversation in your head. Instead of saying, my life is over, say, my life is changing. Instead of saying, I failed, say, I learned. Instead of saying, nobody believes in me, say, I am learning to believe in myself. Instead of saying, I don't know what I'm doing, say, I'm figuring it out. Instead of saying, what if everything goes wrong? Ask yourself, what if everything works out? See, your mind can imagine disaster, but your mind can also imagine possibility. You have been practicing worry for years. Now practice hope. You have been rehearsing fear. Now rehearse courage. You have been thinking about what could go wrong. Now start thinking about what could go right. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a difference between preparing for life and worrying about life. Preparation says, let me do what I can. Worry says, let me suffer over what I cannot control. Preparation takes action. Worry steals energy. Preparation creates movement. Worry creates paralysis. So ask yourself every time you feel overwhelmed, what can I actually do about this? If there is something you can do, do it. If there is a phone call to make it. If there's a conversation to have it. If there's a plan to create it. If there's work to do, do it. But after you have done what you can, release the rest. That's maturity, that's strength, that's peace. Because you cannot control every outcome. You cannot control what another person thinks. You cannot control whether somebody stays. You cannot control the weather. You cannot control every opportunity. You cannot control every delay. You cannot control every opinion. You cannot control who misunderstands you, but you can control your response. And your response becomes your power. Somebody can disrespect you. You don't have to become disrespectful. Somebody can ignore you. You don't have to chase them. Somebody can disappoint you. You don't have to destroy your peace. Somebody can doubt you. You don't have to doubt yourself. Somebody can walk away. You don't have to stop moving forward. You've got to stop allowing other people to rent space in your head for free. Let them talk. Let them think what they want. Let them misunderstand you. Let them make their assumptions. Let them have their opinions. You have a life to live. And you do not have enough energy to spend all day trying to convince everybody that you are worthy. You already are. You don't have to perform for everybody. You don't have to explain every decision. You don't have to make everybody happy because guess what? You can do everything right and somebody will still criticize you. You can be kind and somebody will call you weak. You can be confident and somebody will call you arrogant. You can be quiet and somebody will call you rude. You can be ambitious and somebody will say you are doing too much. You can be humble and somebody will overlook you. So if people are going to have an opinion anyway, you might as well live a life you respect. That's freedom. That's peace. That's happiness. Stop asking, what will they think? Start asking, what do I think? Stop asking, will everybody approve? Start asking, is this right for me? Stop asking, will they understand? Start asking, do I understand myself? Because the moment you stop living for applause, you start hearing your own voice. And your own voice matters. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you are not unhappy because you lack something. Sometimes you are unhappy because you have forgotten what you already have. Look around. You have survived things you once thought would destroy you. You have made it through nights you thought would never end. You have recovered from disappointments you thought you would never recover from. You have cried and kept going. You have failed and kept trying. You have been rejected and still had the courage to hope. You have been hurt and still found a reason to love. That means something. That means you are stronger than your fear keeps telling you. And maybe you need to start giving yourself more credit. You need to stop being so hard on yourself. You need to stop acting like every mistake means you are a failure. You are human. You are going to make mistakes. You're going to choose wrong sometimes. You're going to trust the wrong person sometimes. You're going to miss opportunities. You're going to have bad days. You're going to lose your temper. You're going to procrastinate. You're going to feel tired. You are going to question yourself. That's life. Growth does not mean you never struggle. Growth means you learn how to struggle without losing yourself. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply give yourself permission to be a work in progress. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need to have the perfect career. You don't need to have the perfect relationship. You don't need to have the perfect body. You don't need to have the perfect house. You don't need to have the perfect bank account. You don't need to have a perfect life to have a beautiful day. Some of the happiest moments in life don't cost much money at all. A laugh with someone you love, a peaceful morning, a good meal, a walk outside, a phone call with somebody who makes you smile, music in the car, the feeling of finishing something difficult, watching the sunset, hearing good news, getting another chance. These things matter. And when you become obsessed with the big things, you start missing the small things that make life worth living. So slow down. You don't have to rush through every moment. You don't have to turn every day into a competition. Your life is not a race against somebody else's timeline. Somebody else may get married before you. Somebody else may get rich before you. Somebody else may buy a house before you. Somebody else may build a business before you. Somebody else may become famous before you. So what? Their timing is not your timing. Their journey is not your journey. Their chapter is not your chapter. Stop comparing your behind the scenes to somebody else's highlight reel. You don't know what they sacrifice. You don't know what they are dealing with privately. You don't know what they are afraid of. You don't know what they cried about last night. You only see what they choose to show you. So stop measuring your real life against somebody else's edited version. Your journey may be slower. That does not mean it is wrong. Your path may be different. That does not mean you are lost. You may have to rebuild. That does not mean you are finished. You may need more time. That does not mean you are behind. Sometimes life takes longer because it is building something deeper in you. Character takes time. Wisdom takes time. Confidence takes time. Healing takes time. Success takes time. And while you are waiting, don't forget to live. Don't become so obsessed with becoming that you forget to be present, be grateful, be kind, be curious, be joyful, be alive. Because the truth is, you can achieve your biggest goal and still be unhappy if you never learn how to enjoy your life. You can make more money and still be miserable. You can become successful and still feel empty. You can gain recognition and still feel lonely. You can reach the top and discover that the whole time you were climbing, you forgot to enjoy the view. Don't let that be you. Work hard, absolutely. Have goals, absolutely. Build something, absolutely. But don't sacrifice every moment of joy just because you're chasing the next level. Enjoy the level you're on, because one day you are going to look back and realize that this moment was your life. This Tuesday afternoon was your life. This ordinary morning was your life. That conversation was your life. That meal with your family was your life. Those simple days were your life. And you don't want to wake up years from now and realize you were so busy worrying about the future that you missed the present. The present is where your life actually happened. Not tomorrow, not next year, not when the money comes, not when the relationship comes, not when the promotion comes. Now, right now, this breath, this moment, this day. And every morning you wake up, you get a choice. You can wake up already angry about everything that might go wrong. Or you can wake up and say, today I am going to find something good. Maybe everything won't be good, but I can find something good. Maybe the traffic will be terrible, but I can still be grateful for where I am going. Maybe somebody will frustrate me, but I don't have to give them my peace. Maybe something will not work out, but I can remind myself that one disappointment does not define my entire life. This is how you build happiness. Not one giant event, one small decision at a time. You choose gratitude, you choose perspective, you choose laughter, you choose kindness, you choose patience, you choose faith, you choose to breathe before reacting, you choose to pause before assuming the worst. You choose to walk away from unnecessary drama. You choose to stop feeding thoughts that only make you miserable. That is what real strength looks like. Real strength is not walking around acting like nothing hurts. Real strength is knowing that something hurts and deciding you will not let it control your entire life. You can be disappointed and still be grateful. You can be tired and still be hopeful. You can be afraid and still move forward. You can be hurt and still heal. You can be uncertain and still have faith. That's strength. And let me tell you something else. You have to learn how to laugh again. Sometimes life gets so serious that you forget how to enjoy yourself. Every conversation becomes about problems. Every thought becomes about bills. Every morning becomes about pressure. Every evening becomes about what went wrong. Where's the laughter? Where's the joy? Where's the fun? When was the last time you laughed so hard you forgot what you were worried about? You need those moments. You need people around you who remind you that life can be beautiful. You need music that lifts your spirit. You need moments that don't have a purpose other than making you feel alive. Because joy is not a waste of time. Joy is fuel. Happiness gives you energy. Laughter gives you relief. Gratitude gives you perspective. Peace gives you clarity. And you need all of that if you are going to build the life you say you want. So stop thinking that happiness is something you have to earn. You don't have to earn the right to enjoy your life. You don't need permission to smile. You don't need a reason to feel grateful. You don't need a perfect bank account to appreciate a beautiful morning. You don't need everybody to love you to love yourself. You don't need every answer to have peace. Sometimes peace comes from saying, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to be okay. That's a powerful sentence. Say it again. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to be okay. Because you don't have to know how the whole story ends to keep turning the page. You only need enough courage for today. Tomorrow will bring tomorrow's strength, and when you get there, you will deal with it. That's what you have always done. You made it through yesterday. You are handling today. And when tomorrow arrives, you will meet it too. So stop borrowing trouble from tomorrow. Stop creating pain before there is pain. Stop rehearsing tragedies that have not happened. Stop punishing yourself for things you cannot control. And stop allowing fear to steal beautiful moments from you. Ladies and gentlemen, worry is expensive. It costs you sleep. It costs you energy. It costs you focus. It costs you time. And sometimes the worst part is that worry charges you for something that never happens. Think about how many times you worried and everything turned out fine. How many times did you say, this is going to be terrible, and then it wasn't? How many times did you think, I won't survive this, and then somehow you did? How many times did you think everything is falling apart, and a month later you realized something better was beginning? That's why you have to trust yourself. Not because everything will always go your way, but because you know you can handle what doesn't. That's confidence. Confidence is not believing that nothing bad will happen. Confidence is believing that when something difficult happens, you will find a way through it, and you have done it before. So take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Get out of your own head. Look around. You are here. You are alive. You still have possibilities. You still have choices. And today can still become one of those days you remember. Not because something spectacular happened, but because you decided not to waste it. You decided to smile. You decided to forgive. You decided to stop chasing approval. You decided to stop worrying about what everybody else was doing. You decided to focus on your own lane. You decided to be grateful for what you had. You decided that peace was more valuable than proving a point. You decided that your happiness mattered. And listen carefully. Your happiness is your responsibility. Nobody else can do it for you. People can contribute to your happiness. People can support you. People can love you. People can encourage you. But you cannot hand your emotional well-being over to another human being and expect them to manage it perfectly. You have to learn how to regulate yourself. You have to learn how to calm yourself. You have to learn how to encourage yourself. You have to learn how to enjoy your own company. You have to learn how to stand in the mirror and say, I've got me. Because sometimes you will look around and everybody will be busy. Sometimes the phone won't ring. Sometimes the invitation won't come. Sometimes the person you wanted won't choose you. Sometimes the opportunity will pass. And in those moments, you have to know how to stay connected to yourself. That's what makes you strong. You cannot base your happiness on constant external validation because applause stops, must slow down. Attention changes. People get distracted. Circumstances shift. But your relationship with yourself is something you carry everywhere, so make it a good one. Speak to yourself with kindness. Encourage yourself. Celebrate small victories. Forgive yourself. Give yourself room to grow. You don't need to be perfect to be proud of yourself. You just need to keep moving. And please understand this. A peaceful life is not a problem-free life. A peaceful life is a life where problems don't control your identity. You can have challenges and still have joy. You can have responsibilities and still have fun. You can have goals and still rest. You can have fear and still move forward. You can be ambitious and still be grateful. You can want more and still appreciate what you have now. That's balance. That's wisdom. That's maturity. So from this day forward, every time worry shows up, ask yourself one question. Can I do something about this right now? If the answer is yes, take action. If the answer is no, release it. Do not spend 3 hours arguing with something you cannot change. Do not spend all night trying to predict tomorrow. Do not spend your morning replaying yesterday. Today deserves your attention. Today deserves your energy. Today deserves your smile. Ladies and gentlemen, happiness is not a destination. It is a decision you practice. Every day, some days it will be easy, some days it will be hard, but choose it anyway. Choose gratitude, choose peace, choose faith, choose laughter, choose perspective, choose yourself. And when life gets hard, don't say, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can this teach me? When something changes, don't immediately say, my life is falling apart. Ask, what is this making room for? When someone leaves, don't only ask, why didn't they stay? Ask, what do I need to learn about letting go? When you fail, don't say, I'm finished. Say, I'm getting better. When you feel behind, don't say, I missed my chance. Say, my time is still coming. Because the words you speak to yourself matter. Your thoughts become patterns. Your patterns become habits. Your habits shape your days, and your days become your life. So build better thoughts, not fake thoughts, not unrealistic thoughts, healthy thoughts, honest thoughts, powerful thoughts. I'm going to handle today. I don't need to control everything. I can survive uncertainty. I'm allowed to enjoy my life. I don't need everybody's approval. I can let go of what I cannot change. I can be grateful for what I have while working toward what I want. That's the mindset. You don't have to pretend everything is wonderful. You just have to remember that one difficult moment does not represent your whole life. One bad day is not a bad life. One rejection is not a lifetime of rejection. One mistake is not your identity. One disappointment is not the end of your story. Keep going. Keep smiling. Keep building. Keep living. And for goodness sake, stop waiting for permission to be happy. Law today. Call somebody you love today. Take a walk today. Eat something you enjoy today. Listen to music today. Watch the sunset today. Celebrate something small today. Look in the mirror and appreciate how far you've come. Because one day, the future you are so worried about will become today. And then another future will take its place. That's how life works. There will always be another tomorrow. So don't sacrifice today trying to control tomorrow. Handle today. Live today. Love today. Enjoy today. And trust yourself with tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, your life does not have to be perfect for you to be grateful. Your circumstances don't have to be perfect for you to smile. Your bank account doesn't have to be perfect for you to have peace. Your relationship status doesn't determine your worth. Your past does not determine your future. Your failures do not disqualify you. And your worries are not predictions. They are just thoughts. You don't have to believe every thought that enters your mind. Some thoughts need to be ignored. Some fears need to be challenged. Some worries need to be released. And some moments need to be enjoyed. So enjoy them before another year passes, before another birthday arrives, before another season changes, before another opportunity disappears. Enjoy your life, not someday, not when you're rich, not when everyone apologizes, not when everything makes sense. Today, because this moment is never coming back. That is why I want you to leave here with this simple decision. I am done worrying about everything. I will do what I can. I will release what I cannot control. I will stop trying to make everybody understand me. I will stop comparing my journey. I will stop waiting for perfect circumstances. I will stop punishing myself for the past. I will stop borrowing trouble from tomorrow. And I will learn how to be happy every single day. Not because every day will be easy, but because every day is valuable. Some days will bring tears. Some days will bring victories. Some days will be ordinary. Some days will surprise you. But every day is a gift. So open it, live it, feel it, law in it, grow in it, and don't waste it worrying about a future you cannot see. You have enough strength for today. You have enough courage for today. You have enough grace for today. And you have enough reasons to smile today. So lift your head, take that breath, fix your posture, walk into your life with confidence. Let go of what no longer serves you. And remember, you do not have to know everything. You do not have to control everything. You do not have to solve everything. You just have to live. One day at a time, one decision at a time, one breath at a time. And sometimes the greatest victory is simply looking at your life and saying, I am going to enjoy this while I have it, because you are here. And that means your story is not finished. So stop worrying about everything. Stop trusting yourself. Start appreciating today. Start laughing again. Start living again. Start choosing peace again. And every morning when you open your eyes, tell yourself, I don't know what today will bring, but I am ready to live it. I am ready to enjoy it. I am ready to learn. I am ready to grow. And I am going to be happy today. Not because life promised you an easy day, but because you promised yourself that fear would no longer run your life. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the shift. That's the decision. That's the freedom. Stop worrying about everything. Be grateful for something. Smile about something. Law about something. Love somebody. Help somebody believe in yourself. And then go live your life, because you only get one. And that one is happening right now, so don't miss it.